names, photographs, and persons depicted on Fugitive Watch are presumed to be innocent unless proven guilty in a court of law.
It's showtime, Scott. Put that drink down. Oh, you can do what you want. What's going on, Scott?
Not much. What's going on with you?
No, it's Steve. You made it?
I made it, Mark.
All right. Summer's almost over.
Happy National Dog Day, guys.
National Dog Day. Scott just locked his 2 dogs outside, so they don't
did.
bother everybody.
I put them outside, but I got a babysitter out there. But they keep coming up to the window staring at me.
The dog.
This is how you treat us on National Dog Day.
Hey, Scott had to change his Wi-Fi router because his dogs each have their own iPads and they're using too much bandwidth.
I did actually put air tags on each one of them today for National Dog.
They're taking up bandwidth, those dogs.
Yeah.
All right. So, hey, Scott, are you around? Are you going to be gone for a few weeks after this?
I am. I will. Okay. I'm heading to Greece.
All right. We may find someone better looking and smarter to replace you.
So you're going to do the Zorba the Greek dance?
No, I don't think so.
And Steve bought you a translator. I saw that we were playing with it last week. It was very interesting.
Yeah.
Her name is Zorba. Zorba the Greek.
That was funny. Steve, they were using old Three Stooges skits to see it in Spanish to see how it would work. Anyway, we digress. All right, let's see. Hey, thanks for watching. Mark Hinch, Mark Hinch, retired CHP officer, Scott Castrita and Steve Ferdine, retired San Jose police officers, and they run fugitive.com, and I run Stolen 911. And this is our opinions. We are retired police officers, so we do not represent our old departments or law enforcement, any official law enforcement. We are just citing our opinions. And we're going to start off.
Please do not sue us.
I think, what pisses us off as police officers and people that got in, when we see people who are police officers misuse their power, I think. And this next story is a good example of that. And it's a minor thing, but I mean, minor, like it's not like a murder or something like that, but let's watch this.
Welcome back. New developments to one of our Commonwealth Confidential State of Policing investigations. A Medford police sergeant's career is coming to an end. An internal affairs probe found that she repeatedly misused a family member's disability placard to park in a handicapped spot at work.
And that internal investigation had started after we gathered surveillance video of the parking routine and started asking questions. NBC 10's Ryan Kath got a copy of the report and explains why the officer's answers to her superiors at the department likely made a bad situation worse.
Spooky.
The NBC 10 investigators watched Police Sergeant Barbara DiCristoforo park in an accessible space right in front of the Medford police station. Sources confirm the disability placard hanging on the mirror belonged to the officer's 88-year-old mother, a violation in Massachusetts that comes with a fine and an automatic license suspension. When police noticed one of our photographers going in for a closer look one day in April, they placed the veteran officer on administrative leave and launched an internal investigation. That probe found plenty of other examples of DiCristoforo starting or ending her shifts in the handicapped spot.
So it only started once they noticed a reporter looking into it?
I think it's when the reporters started asking them about it.
So
and they noticed it.
I guess I'll have to watch the whole thing. I wondered if they kind of knew it all along or someone knew it all along and they were just kind of ignoring it.
Well, it's kind of hard to not notice it.
I think so. Right? Because
kind of annoying as hell.
Do active police officers have disabled plackets?
I would not think if you're an active police officer, no,
right.
Unless you're on some sort of disability.
Right.
And, you
maybe have one for a limited amount of time.
Yeah. I mean, I remember when I was young, I had one when I had like 5 operations on one leg. I couldn't walk, and they gave me one for like 6 months.
Right. Okay.
We had an officer that had an amputated leg. I would imagine he might have had a handicap placard. He was still working.
Yeah, but
Even
that
moving
kind
the
of
placard from vehicle to vehicle in what investigators described as a pattern of misconduct, not an isolated lapse.
What is the message to the public?
I think one of arrogance. I think one of lack of accountability.
Retired State Trooper Todd McGee reviewed the internal affairs report and said the sergeant dug herself a deeper hole by not coming clean about her actions.
Own it, fall on your sword, hope for the best.
In a written report, DeCristoforo said she never intentionally misused the placard to park at the police station. But in a follow-up interview with investigators, the sergeant admitted she had not been honest with her superiors. In fact, the report found the police chief asked her about the placard in these photos last February, and she told him it belonged to a family member who works as a dispatcher at the station and sometimes hitches a ride with her to work.
Oh my
That just
God.
magnified the seriousness of this.
wow.
Wow. I mean, that's pretty easy to verify.
Yeah.
100%. You can't recover from that. It's impossible to recover from that.
The report concluded, while the misconduct related to placard misuse is serious on its own, the failure to be truthful during the investigation erodes internal trust, exposes the department to liability, and compromises her credibility as a police supervisor. While awaiting a disciplinary decision from Medford's mayor, DeCristoforo, who declined our interview request, chose to retire after more than 3 decades with the department.
What is your reaction to hearing that?
Makes me really sad. It's disappointing.
Disability advocates we spoke with wondered why the pattern continued for so long right in front of the police station until the NBC 10 investigators put it in the spotlight.
It also seems that there may have been some acceptance on the part of the police department because I would expect that her superiors walked in and out of that same door she went in and out of where she parks.
Medford's mayor, who called the details of our original report appalling, declined to comment about the findings. So did the police chief. But the internal affairs report concluded superiors should have taken more steps to verify whether or not there was potential misconduct instead of taking the sergeant at her word.
Yeah, it's not a good look because anytime someone, what a police officer got to do, they got to be trustworthy. They got to
Yeah,
I mean,
be credible in court, and this is one of those things where when it comes to light.
I just find
it's a
it
bad
hard
thing.
I find it hard to believe that she could have been parking there that long and nobody called her on it. I think remember, Steve, when I called you, I'm at the gym, Mark, and I see this guy park every day. I see him parking the handicap, and I know who he is. I see him in the gym, and this guy's doing a full-on workout just like I am. And maybe he does have some kind of a disability, not sure what it was, but I stole one of Steve's little jokes out of his playbook. And one day I got really mad because I pulled up and I saw this guy struggling to get across the parking lot with a walker going to the gym. And this guy's parked in the handicap. So I wrote him a note, put it on his window, and I said, I see you park here all the time. I watch your workouts. I'm not sure exactly what your handicap is, but if it's stuttering, that doesn't count. I said, I watched an old man walk across the parking lot today while you were in this spot. And then I put it on his window and I called Steve and said, Steve, guess what I just did, man? And he goes, dude, you're going to get in a fight. I go, he didn't see me. Sure enough, that guy never parked in that handicap spot again. And
But he watches Fugitive Watch now, so now he knows too.
Yeah, I don't care. I don't care at this point, but I know that he had to go to the gym every day looking around going, somebody in here. I don't know who it was.
Probably a police captain.
What's the guy's name that did the Seinfeld, the creator of Seinfeld?
Larry David?
Larry David. He did a whole episode, and he got caught using the handicap stall, and the guy confronted him, "What's your handicap?" And he said, "Well, I stutter."
That's where I got that from. You told me, I said, I'm not sure what your handicap is. Maybe you stutter, but that's no reason. I go, that's no reason to park here.
Yeah.
But I mean, I watched this guy. He was like, this guy was doing full on. He definitely could have walked. You could use the extra steps.
Well, and not only that, it's kind of risky. Why would you risk losing your retirement over and then to compound things, make matters worse by lying to your superiors about it?
Well, I was looking at those hash marks on her shirt, and I knew she had to be there at least 30 years.
At least 30 years.
She had been there for over 30 years. So she just was one of these people that just probably felt that she could just do what she wants and nobody questioned her.
Lucky they let her retire and she didn't get fired and lose her retirement.
She retired before they She knew that it was coming down the pike. Once she lied,
Yeah.
once she lied, that's it. On our department, I'm sure it was the same way. CHP, they used to tell us all the time, "Hey, look, if you do something, just come clean, just admit it, because you may, at worst, you get a letter in your folder, maybe a day off, a couple of days off, but if you lie and you get caught, that's zero tolerance. You get fired."
Hey, I just want to point out we got 3 people that I know are watching right now, and that's pretty cool. If you're on Facebook or YouTube, join us in the comments. Let us know where you're from, and let us know what you think. And so Thursday night, Scott and Steve came over, and we watched the show from the previous week, and then we started watching some clips. And I want you to know, Tony, I don't know if you're watching right now, you haven't logged in, but I appreciate your comments. And I went back and saw some of your comments in a more relaxed situation where I can time to process them, and I really laugh at some of them. They're pretty good, and they're thought provoking. And it's
helped after a couple of cocktails.
It probably does, but they're
Very thoughtful.
I appreciate the comments there. I'm gonna turn my fan on because it's a little hot out here in the studio. All these lights, and I'm controlling. I work in the control center. We monitor all the fugitives and stolen properties. So
he's got the wind blowing hair going.
Yeah, look at that. I got my haircut too. All of them, not just one. All right, so all that's left.
All right, let's get on.
All right, let's move on.
Sure.
So here's another crappy one. Guys posing as police officers, and the suspects are dead in a home invasion robbery. So I'm assuming the bad guys are dead. Let's go ahead and watch this. Okay, let's go out to Houston.
The posers.
Yeah, the posers are dead here. Oh man, I just totally screwed this up, didn't I? Bear with me, guys.
Yeah, so basically what we're going to see here.
Here, I'm going to play it.
Okay, there you go.
This morning, surveillance footage captures the moments that gunshots rang out during a violent home invasion on Houston's east side.
Police say 2 men posing as officers actually tried to force their way inside a home, but the owners there fired back. Our Rochelle Turner is live from that home with what we've learned this morning. Rochelle, you also spoke to neighbors.
Kathy and Brittany, good morning to you. Yes, we've been speaking to people here in the past hour or so. Many of them told us that they heard those gunshots last night, but right now they're too afraid to speak to us on camera because they tell us that these shootings happen too often. Now, here's the scene right here behind us. You can see the police here on the scene. They have been here since 11 o'clock last night. We've been seeing people try to come through here, maybe go to the other side or maybe pick someone up, and police are not letting anyone get through this area. What we can tell you is that this all happened around 11 o'clock last night. Police tell us that there were 2 guys. They were dressed up as if they were police officers, posed as officers. They were wearing masks. They were armed. They even had bulletproof vests and were wearing badges. They tried to go inside of a home. This is at the 4800 block of Belno, which is right here in southeast Houston. They tried to enter that home, and that's when police tell us that the homeowners opened fire. He shot 2 of the suspects and then killing them here on the scene. And we know that right now detectives are still trying to figure out exactly who these guys are and why they were targeting this home. But I do want you to take a minute right now to listen to the surveillance video we were able to get from a neighbor. So you heard those gunshots. It sounded, they were very fast, 6 gunshots. Again, we know that there were 2 men inside of the house claiming to be police. They had a warrant. The suspects wearing masks, vests, and badges fired shots through the front door. The homeowners returned fire, hitting both suspects. HPD says officers attempted CPR.
I want names.
But both men were pronounced dead on the scene.
I want names.
So
suspects were wearing
and badge numbers,
bulletproof vests, and had some sort of badge around their neck. And we're wearing ski masks as well. So right now we don't
weren't ice.
Ages on the suspects.
we don't know.
Oh,
So a
wow. Oh,
lot
wow.
of
I see where this is
information
going.
that detectives are trying to
Kinda
get
dense.
through. I can tell you that the medical examiner's office arrived maybe about 30 minutes ago. So it is going to be a long morning for officers out here. Here's more people trying to pull up along this street, and that officer is going to tell them that they cannot
So
go through this.
You guys see a vehicle with federal plates come by. No, what are you saying here, Steve? What's going on?
We don't know who these people are yet. They haven't identified them. I imagine they're going to have to wait for the coroner to make the identification.
I
So
noticed
it
this
sounds
video,
like
this video didn't have a lot of this story, just a lot of talking. There wasn't really a lot of
yeah,
video to go over here.
it sounds
So
like
I
the bad
guess
guy
is
shot
that
first.
is that the point of this? Is that I don't know. This is why it's dangerous to come in wearing masks as a police officer, because now
you have
you could think maybe you could think that ISIS is raiding your house because they wear masks, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. But well, my question is, it sounds based on what she said, is they shot at the homeowners and the homeowners returned fire. So I mean, if that's the case, obviously,
Start in trouble.
because that'd be a little tough. I mean, these guys come to your door, they got badges, they say they got a warrant, they're dressed like police, they look like police, they look like ICE agents or January 6 agents, whatever you want to call them, and they you don't know, you can't just start shooting at them. So I would imagine maybe they called.
You can. This guy did.
Unless they called 911 and they said, no, we don't have anybody out. We have nobody. There's no reason. There's nobody out at your house. But if they
no Houston PD people, but it could, you don't know. There's a lot of different agencies out there.
I would think that
we don't know if the
Houston, Texas area, they're going to coordinate more with the feds than they might in California. Yeah. But I mean, I think, look, there should be no reason that cops are going to come and start shooting. Kelly say, do cops wear ski masks though? No, they don't, unless you work for certain federal agencies. So they don't generally wear ski masks.
No, Mark, and I've
thanks for joining, Kelly.
I had a couple of occasions where I responded to calls. I was dispatched to calls of citizens, numerous citizens calling in with men running around with guns in a parking lot, and they turned out to be a DEA officers undercover, and they got into a foot pursuit, etc. And I didn't know who they were, and I'm seeing these people running around with guns, and they got beards, and they look like dirt bags, and all they got is a little badge hanging on a chain, but it's dark, and there's a lot of confusion going on, and it's just a miracle that police officers didn't get shot.
Well, let's play this. Let's play devil's advocate, since there wasn't much in that story. Let's go ahead and let's try to figure this out. What would I be thinking if I drove up to that scene and I saw these? I saw this shooting, what have you. My first thought process is, okay, you guys got the bad guys, but why are they here? Is there something going on in this house? Like, I mean, because I've been to houses that have been where shooting occurred, and it turns out it was a grow house. And, there's some, one time they were actually printing fake checks, fake money. And again, another bad guy knew about it, and they went to go hit the house, and then it turned into a gunfight, and we got there in the aftermath. And I don't know. I don't know who these guys were. Maybe they were truly just victims of circumstances, and these guys showed up and started shooting, and they shot back. They won.
Well, the first thing I would do is I'd ask dispatch to get a hold of the DEA and ICE and everybody else, and ask them, you got a couple of guys missing, because I got a couple of guys dressed like your guys dead here. And are these your officers?
Okay, we're going to move on. Baby Emmanuel, you guys been following this?
Yeah, it's very sad. Very sad.
All right, let's parents finally arrested.
For missing 7-month-old baby Emmanuel in San Bernardino County. The boy is presumed dead, and his parents have been arrested on suspicion of murder.
The arrests come just over 1 week after the boy's mother said he was abducted outside a store in Yucaipa. KTLA's Chris Wolf is live in Cabazon with the latest details. Chris?
Yeah, Sharon, Micah, a candlelight vigil for baby Emmanuel is happening right now, just a few yards from us here in Cabazon. Let's take a look at some video we just shot. People are gathering outside the home he shared with his parents, who are in custody on suspicion of murdering the 7-month-old. The San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department says, based on the evidence, investigators determined a kidnapping in Yucaipa did not occur. It is believed Emmanuel is deceased and the search to recover his remains is ongoing. This case spans 2 counties, and the murder suspects were booked into a Riverside County jail without bail.
So why are they saying this? I'll let you guys cut the chase on this one.
Well, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead, Steve.
No, I was going to say, I from what I understand is that they reported the baby missing, and they stopped cooperating with the investigators in trying to find the baby.
Well, they actually did an interview and begging the people to return the baby. She said she was at a store changing his diaper when somebody came up from behind and hit her, and they showed her on TV with a bruise. And she said that when she came to, her baby was gone. And so there was this whole big elaborate right here. Stop it right there. You can hear her interview. You got that? Put the sound on, Mark.
Black eye sitting next to her husband, Jake, pleaded for the return of their son.
Please come and bring my son back. Please, I'm begging you.
The Harrows say a stranger jumped Rebecca last Thursday in the parking lot of a sporting goods store in Yucaipa as she was changing the baby's diaper in her car. She says the attacker knocked her unconscious, and when she awoke, Emmanuel was gone. San Bernardino County detectives, however, say her story was filled with inconsistencies, and when they pressed her, she stopped talking. Authorities confirmed this week that social workers have removed a 2-year-old child from the Harrow household. Back to the scene outside the home Friday morning.
Innocent until proven guilty. We'll figure it out when this case starts moving forward.
An attorney for Jake Harrow was seen walking outside of the house during all of the law enforcement commotion and activity. He did not answer reporter questions, but did make those comments. Back here live outside the family home, a candlelight vigil for baby Emmanuel.
Well, we lost you went mute, Mark.
But, they know more than what the sheriff's holding all their cards close right now, right?
Yeah, exactly.
They know all the facts at this point. They're just
Well, and apparently this guy was no Boy Scout. We could still say that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. He was no Boy Scout. He in fact he was supposed to be going to court on some case, I think. So I'm sure they dug into it and they found enough inconsistencies to say something's not right.
I always love bringing this back up. You remember? I love this case because I told you guys in another episode I met her once. The finger lady, the Wendy's finger.
Oh
lady.
yeah,
right. Remember when San Jose PD arrested her? They didn't say anything right away, but they had all the facts and they let it play out over 2 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks, I think. Right. And if you guys aren't familiar with the case, a lady, San Jose lady, went into a Wendy's and said that in her chili she found a finger around 2003, 2004, and turned out that she had set the whole thing up. And about 2 weeks into the investigation, they arrested her. And I'll never forget driving around in my unmarked vehicle as it right after the time, and her family is out protesting free Anna Ayala, something like that, I think it was.
Oh yeah, sounds familiar.
Free Anna, and they had arrested her, but San Jose PD had already done their work, and they had found out that the finger belonged to a friend who lost it in an industrial accident in Arizona, I think. I can't remember the details, and gave her the finger, and then she was going to show it was in the chili, and then sue Wendy's, right? Wendy's, right?
Yeah, Wendy's
should have did Kentucky Fried Chicken finger looking good. That would have been.
Wendy's took quite a financial hit on that too.
And then they sued. They were pissed, obviously, rightly so. And so poor Anna. Sorry, Anna. I know you did your time, or whatever. I ran into her years later in Alviso, looking for.
Did she give you the finger?
She's actually very nice. Her situation had changed a lot. She was living on the edge there. I don't know what happened to her now. I hope she's okay. I hope she's gotten through issues and everything's moved forward. But yeah, it was. I ran into her. I was on a task force and she was living on the side of a house out there. Anyway, another issue. But I go, why do I know you? I go, why do I know you? And I was talking to her and I'm like, oh, okay, now I know. I remember who you are.
Did she point out that
I'll tell you,
was
Steve.
doing
I'll tell
better?
you the story. I'll tell you the story next time with you, Steve. Yeah. No,
You didn't catch that one, Mark?
I missed it.
I said, did she point out to you that she was doing better?
Oh,
come on, I could do a whole bunch of those.
I know. I could be here all night. We could put that in Chat GPT. 10 Wendy's finger jokes. Next week. Where's Tony when we need him? Tony be on Chat GPT right now doing that stuff for us. All right. So, all right, we're moving on. We're going to hear about this because they're local. They're all going to come in on Fugitive Office. They're going to comment to you guys, not to me. Right. Steve, you can reach Steve at 408. No. Yeah. And Steve speaks Spanish. So, there you go.
Well, Scott does too now. He's got the translator.
He's got the translator. That's right. Yeah, we're gonna do a demo later. Actually, we're gonna bring out the translator at the end of the show, and we're gonna show you how well we have a Three Stooges thing we want to play that we can show you how well it translates. All right, we're moving on. Attacked at a concert in Pasadena.
Yeah, I had my first thought process on that.
Attacked and knocked unconscious.
And the whole disturbing attack was caught on camera. Rachel Medetop live in Pasadena with details. Rachel.
Micah shared the video getting a lot of attention. Many people commenting online saying the event was really packed. It was hard to move about the aisles. And they're now calling into question the venue's security.
A brutal beating caught on camera in the middle of the Rufus Du Sol concert. The victim says she was there for a night of fun and electronic music, and suddenly things turned violent. She says a fellow concert goer a few rows ahead of her became irate after her friend accidentally spilled his drink. She says they apologized repeatedly, but even so, 30 minutes later, he returned to her section and punched her square in the face, causing her to black out on the ground. Her fiance, she says, also sustained some blows to the head, trying to shield them from the attacker.
No one's coming to a concert to, for that interaction, of course. Everyone's coming to have a good time.
The video now going viral online. Police confirm a report was filed and they're looking for the man in the video. Even so, it has many wondering about security, drug enforcement, and the number of people present.
I literally had people pressed up against my back, all blocked.
So my question is,
I want to say something though, real quick.
For the man in the video.
I want to say something.
Say it.
Was coming to have a good time.
Look, I know they can ID this guy.
Please send us a tip at tips@fugitive.com if you know the name of
somebody. If they just unblur that, somebody can ID this guy.
By his crack?
Yeah.
The video now going viral online. Police confirm a report was filed and they're looking for the man in the video. Even so, it has many wondering about security, drug enforcement, and the number of people present.
I literally had people pressed up against my back, all blocking that entire walkway. So crowd control was non-existent.
Christina Molina attended the show with her daughter. She was seated a few rows behind the victim. Molina says the aisles were jam-packed and she saw people openly doing drugs. She wonders whether one or both of these factors contributed to the violent attack.
I've never seen any venue that has allowed...
I'm sorry, but that's alcohol. It's not drugs. I'm telling you right now, based on my experience, that is alcohol.
People just stand there in the walkways. It's a hazard. They had multiple security companies working the venue. It wasn't just one vendor, it was multiples, and the left hand didn't know what the right hand was doing.
That's a crazy. I don't think I'd want to be there in that crowd. But my question that I keep trying to bring up is the guy is videotaping, but I don't see anybody like reaching in and trying to stop the guy. And you would think if you saw somebody beating a woman down to the ground and like that, you would think that somebody might have jumped in to at least to stop it.
Yeah, I
and
saw
hold the guy.
several different videos that people posted online of that assault, that attack, and I did not see anybody trying to stop him either.
But you saw a lot of people videotaping.
Yes, very,
Frank says,
very sad sign of the times, you know.
Frank says alcohol is a drug. Frank, you know what I mean. But look, I was just at something the other day at one of the local bars, and I saw something get out of hand, and it was all due to drinking.
Your local bar that you like to go to?
Yeah, the one that you
fights?
take me into, and they know you guys. That one, yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm sure it was a mixture of cannabis and alcohol, but definitely alcohol was the major factor.
That was a lot of people at that concert, you know, and usually the fire department's pretty on top of keeping a limit on, and you know, making sure that there's a safety regulations are being adhered to, and there's enough exits for everybody. Because I mean, look at the disasters that have happened at the soccer games in Europe and things like that, where people just get crushed to death. Hundreds of people, you know, because the doors were locked or chained, and people panicked.
What was the
one
in the East Coast years ago? The band at the fire, and all the people got trapped in there. Remember that? The Great White. It was a Great White.
Well, there was the ghost ship one in Oakland.
Oh yeah, that one too.
Yeah,
remember the band that was that rock band from the '80s, and they had all the people died at the concert.
Yeah,
years ago. That was so sad.
Yeah,
but you know, how many times have we gone to a Giants game or Sharks game and just watch? I've spilt drinks. It happens, and I've seen guys just fight over dumb stuff. Accidents gonna happen.
Yeah,
you know? It's different if you're a Dodgers fan. You're there causing shit. You know? but you know, I mean, those guys, they deserve to get thrown out.
Look at that.
But you know, but I'm saying, but I've seen spilled drinks and accidents, but I've seen guys fight over it. It's like,
well, look at the
accident.
Poor paramedic that was.
Brian Stowe.
Yeah,
that's down. That was a different thing. That was down. That was down in at the LA, the Dodger Stadium. And I know Dodgers fans they're not like that. I'm just using that because I'm a Giants fan. But I've been the guy who's had Dodgers fans kicked out because I watch them cause trouble. Usually they're winning though. But all right, okay, let's move on. I don't know what state this is. Governor causes a state of emergency.
This is in New Mexico, Mark.
New Mexico. Okay, all right. I couldn't see the state.
Against crime, this time focusing on Espanola. The governor declared a state of emergency for the northern New Mexico town, saying crime there has doubled and police dispatches to businesses have quadrupled over the past 2 years. The order unlocks $750,000 in emergency funds to coordinate a response. The National Guard was called to help in Albuquerque, and while the executive order states they could be used in Espanola, the governor's office told us this afternoon there are no immediate plans to deploy them there. The order says city, county, and tribal leaders asked for help because their resources are insufficient to address the crime problem. We have a crew in Espanola, and we'll have reaction tonight at 10.
So is it because is there something going on where the crime is there happening there because they're being pushed out somewhere else? What's
Mark, there's a secondary video that I attached to this one here, where the last 3 previous sheriffs in that county have all either gone to prison or died of drug overdoses in their police cars.
Is that the Rio Brea County?
Rio Arriba County.
Oh, let's watch it right now.
Okay. All right. I want to kind of give you my take on this.
Okay, let's watch this. This is what you're talking about, the corruption in that county.
The sheriff is just 1 month into the job in Rio Arriba County.
And this comes after the most recent sheriff died from what investigators say was a drug overdose while he was in his police car. Sheriff Lorenzo Aguilar sat down exclusively with our Sasha Leninger.
Now, sheriffs are elected positions, and a lot of sheriffs are corrupt. It happens all over the country, and their politics. Politics are dirty, and You know,
And
you can be a dirty politician and be elected a sheriff.
And unless you catch them in bed with a Shetland pony, it's almost impossible to vote out an intern.
That's a whole nother crime.
Incumbent sheriff.
That's a whole nother crime right there.
Yeah.
Look at our local sheriff.
It's only been a month since Lorenzo Aguilar became sheriff of Rio Arriba County. It's a job he never thought he would have.
I didn't take it for the title. I didn't take it because I wanted to be sheriff. I deserve to give back to my community, and this is the biggest way that I could do that.
Sheriff Aguilar has 18 years of law enforcement experience and has worked under the last 3 former sheriffs, all of whom landed the department in the spotlight. Tommy Rodella arrested and sentenced to federal prison for using his personal vehicle in a car chase, unlawfully arresting someone, and using a firearm. At the time, he wasn't in uniform.
Pull everybody out. I'll bring them in.
Then James Lujan arrested for aiding a felon and intimidation of a witness. He was sentenced to 3 years in prison.
And you're saying it's the sheriff?
Yeah, Bill DeMarco, he's my friend.
And most recently, Billy Merrifield was found dead in his patrol car. A toxicology report says cocaine, fentanyl, and alcohol were in his system. His death, experts say, was caused by a mixture of the drugs and alcohol.
They deserve better from us as a law enforcement agency. They deserve transparency. They deserve accountability.
Sheriff Aguilar exclusively sitting down with me, going over his big goals for the department. The first, gaining the trust of the community back.
I've been here with the sheriff's office the last 15 years, and I've gone through the distrust. I've seen the stuff that can damage the office, damage the badge.
He wants to restore the meaning of the badge by making policy changes, being transparent, and getting the community involved in everything they do.
I want to be able to get feedback from the community, engage with them in whichever way I can, community meetings.
And in those meetings, gain knowledge, ideas, and feedback of how to make the place they all call home better.
It's going to be difficult, and I encourage the community to hold me accountable every step of the way.
And showing that no one is above the law, even if they're wearing a uniform.
The sheriff should be working with community members and not against them or think that I'm going to be above them, because we're not.
Restoring the true meaning of the badge to protect and serve.
Wow. So, Mark, yeah, go ahead, Steve.
Mark, give me just a minute here to give you my take on this. This is a very poor, economically depressed part of the country. I just posted on our Instagram a job announcement for deputy sheriff over there. They make their pay is $17 an hour. Wow. For a deputy sheriff. The governor is dispatching the National Guard to help them because they're overwhelmed. The communities are the crime rate is out of control. The drugs are out of control. The tribal reservations they have problems also. They're asking for more law enforcement, and those agencies are overwhelmed, and they're just what kind of quality are you going to get at $17 an hour? You know, a friend of mine, another San Jose police officer, was on vacation and driving to Texas, and he got stopped by a New Mexico police officer for speeding one time. And the officer told him to follow him back to the courthouse so he could pay the fine. And he said, "Well, I'm going to stop at my house and tell my wife I'm going to be late for dinner." So they pulled. He went to his personal residence first, and he says the officer's house had a dirt floor. The police officer's personal residence. I mean, this is a poor area, and you get what you pay for.
Let me ask you this:
low pay is just a recipe for problems.
With all the attention that they're getting right now, where they're going in and actually helping communities, they're telling them they don't need help. LA, California, specifically, and they're saying we don't need help. And here you have somebody saying, "Hey, we need help," and there's a lot that could be done. The federal
and the governor's responding. She's sending the National Guard at their request.
Right. So I mean, this is a case where it is necessary and it's needed.
What we're going to go to. The sheriff mentioned transparency, and as hard as they could be, and officers have to make split-second decisions. I like what we're about to watch is a Hayward video where they released the body cam footage. So whether the officers are right or wrong, The images are out there so we can all look at it. And that's about being transparent. So I would assume an agency like this are going to go to that policy if they don't already, have some sort of policy set up. And that's the part about it now that we're moving to this world. Everything's digital. I mean, there's so many YouTubers out there reviewing body cam footage, what we do, because there's a lot to talk about. You got Cops Now. You don't even need shows like Cops Now. Everyone's going to release their body cam footage. You make a show out of that. So hopefully that comes. Yeah. But hopefully the sheriff can do some good stuff over there. We're going to go over to Hayward and take a look at an incident there. And you said this is pretty crazy. And I did read about this one. Let's watch a little bit of it here.
Yeah, you might have to fast forward through some of it, but this is very intense.
You could talk about it. We got a burglary call going in progress, right? Talk about it until it starts happening. Somebody.
Go ahead, Scott.
Hit it, Steve.
No, I was just going to say that the call from the victim is pretty disturbing.
Yes, someone just broke into our house.
Do you know this person?
No, I don't know who it was.
What's your address?
Virginia Street.
How did he get in?
He broke the sliding door in the family room, shattered it. We heard a big noise. We thought it was our cat. And I came out, and he was standing in our family room.
I know that area used to pick up cars over there on Goodrich.
And ran out at the backyard.
When I was at Akrat.
Around the
is that right?
Is he still there?
No, I think he got out of the back.
So they get a call and the police go out there, right?
Yeah, they go out there, assess the situation, and they get up to the front door.
Here's the first body camera image.
On the way, ma'am.
Cops are on the way. Suspect name is Hong.
Yeah, so they're going to walk up to the door here in a second, and they're going to hear somebody in there screaming, and they're going to have to make that decision what to do. And their decision is they're going to kick that door open. And I'll tell you what, that door doesn't break open very easy. You'll see here in a second.
So this is the house that got broken into?
Yeah. Apparently he went through the sliding door.
So he's back inside. She thought he was gone, right?
Yeah, that's what she said. She said he ran out, but they hear her screaming in the house. Luckily, that's a metal gate door. See that door? Isn't that a metal gate door?
Right.
Luckily, that thing is open.
You want me to kick it open? I can hear. I think he's in the house. Someone's screaming in there.
Yeah, they got to go in.
Yeah, she's yelling.
That door don't go down easy.
I got it. Fuck. Hey, please.
In there.
Hey, come back. Get back. With you. Stay right here.
Oh, wow.
He's going over the fence.
Yeah, this thing gets even more intense.
Hey, he's going through the backyard. He's topping the fence.
Okay, so the cop is saying he's going through the backyard. So right now, what are they doing, guys? They're going to tell the other units going to the backyard. They're going to do what? A perimeter, correct?
They're going to try to set up a perimeter.
Right. Look at that. I could narrate this.
Yeah. Well, the
Pretty
guy
standard
ends up
stuff.
going
Pretty
up. He ends up going up a fence. He ends up jumping up on a rooftop. He's running on a
Get your
roof.
hands up! Get down on the ground! Get down on the fucking ground! Stop!
Great, he's jumping back over and going north.
Get down on the ground!
And he's on the roof of 160 running west.
Get down on the ground!
Great, give it there. He's on the roof. There's two.
Get down on the ground! Hey, right there! Hey, get down! Please! Stop! We're gonna shoot! Wearing a braid. Stop! Braid beanie.
Oh, yeah, you can see him there up on the roof.
Yeah, looks like he's climbing on the roof.
Get down on the ground.
So they attempt to talk him down from the roof, but he did not respond. He
Correct.
eventually jumped into the backyard and ran.
Hey, just sit down right there.
They try everything to get him. And I was watching this thinking if they tase him now and he planks off that roof, that's not good.
Sit on the roof right there. Sit down.
No, and I think he's
Hey,
wearing.
sir, go back inside. Go back inside. It's not safe out here.
And I never had a. They didn't have tasers when I was 16, so I don't know how well they work with the heavy clothing.
Hey, Sam, sit down.
Sometimes
he's thinking about it.
he's thinking about jumping to the other roof.
Yeah, he's still contemplating what to do.
No, hey,
Yeah.
sit down on the roof right there. Just sit down and stop moving. Hey, sit down.
So at this point, you have to
Police party.
stop and think,
Sit down.
is he just trying to get away? Is he drunk and wasted? Is he on drugs? Does he not understand what I'm saying?
Hey.
Or is
sit
he
down on the
just
roof right
trying
there.
to
Sit
bide
down.
his time and hope that, well,
You're
he's
under
trying to
arrest.
figure
Sit
out
down.
what his next move's going to be?
Exactly. You don't know.
He jumped under the fence between two homes and was spotted by officers Macias, who ordered him to get on the ground. Hong did not comply, ran while holding a screwdriver. Multiple officers deployed the taser.
Yeah.
But he resisted after dropping the screwdriver. And so there's explain what's going on here. So we're going to watch them now go after him and possibly tase him here.
Come on. Okay, go. I don't know either.
Now, understanding tasers don't always work right away.
North is that
They don't work all the time.
He's becoming.
Sometimes they don't make a full connection. And some people are actually not affected by it.
He's coming over right here. Hey man, get on the ground now. Get on the ground. Hey, PD. Don't reach in your pockets. Hey, get on the ground. I'm telling you now.
Down.
Stay on the ground.
You're done at this point.
There's the screwdriver.
Nice. Great shots here. This is good. I like the way they put this out.
Defensive
He's got a
attorneys
screwdriver.
hate these videos.
Stay on the ground. Get on the ground now.
I think they've tased them all.
Drop it. Get on the ground. Hit him. Stop fighting, dude. Get behind him. He's locked up.
He's not responding that well. He's still in control.
Drop it. Drop it. Put the fucking screwdriver down. Drop the screwdriver. Roll over. Roll over. Roll over. On your stomach.
So we have 4 officers trying to restrain this guy, and he's not easy to restrain. It's hard.
Well, the thing is that they're doing everything they can. They don't want to be hitting him. They don't want to be beating on him because that doesn't look. That doesn't work well in the media.
You want one? I don't know.
So they can't really do any distraction techniques on them. Those are out.
So a distraction technique would be a punch to the head.
Yeah. Hit him in the back of the head. You get him to think about something else while you pull that arm out. Because you don't know. He's laying on that arm. And what's your first
Now,
thought?
someone's going to say, oh, you said punch to the head. You want to do him brain damage. No, not like that. You just want to distract them.
You want
some
to
sort of
distract
pain
them.
to distract them so you can get that arm out. We're not
because
talking body blows.
Well, they're laying on those arms and they're doing all. You don't know. They have no idea. They have not cleared him. They don't know. Just because he had a screwdriver in his hand doesn't mean he doesn't have a knife or another screwdriver or a gun or a weapon.
And not only that, but people don't realize that police officers are human, and you only have so much energy before you tuck her out yourself.
Yeah.
It's like running a sprint and then trying to wrestle somebody to the ground.
hand, bro.
See, he will not pull that arm out.
Do you have any more tasers? Yes, sir. You're gonna.
Can you imagine if they didn't have this body camera footage 10 years ago when this went down?
Sure.
The speculation out there and all those attorneys from Oakland would be on here. You know, maybe they are. I haven't seen the whole
There's
story,
still,
but
there's still,
Yeah.
there's still going to be an attorney who's going to blame it on the officers.
Oh, wait, but you haven't seen the rest of it yet.
all
You
right.
get tased again if you don't give us your arm. Give him your arm. That's your fucking arm.
Let me guess.
You can't guess.
Here it comes. I got it.
I watched it. I was blown away. You can see them. They're trying to cuff him, and you can see all the taser wires. They tased him a couple times.
Okay, they got him cuffed. Where else can this go, Scott?
Well, keep watching.
Yes.
Now it's time for everybody to catch your breath.
Don't want to kill you.
Re-energize yourself because you're going to have to carry this guy.
Okay, emergency personnel were called to the scene after Hong was placed in the recovery position. His care was transferred to paramedics. That's Hayward PD saying now the paramedics have him. Hong was placed on a gurney. He was awake and vocalizing as he was wheeled into the ambulance. So this is Hayward saying, okay, we transferred custody, or we got, and he was awake and he was conscious.
How many times have you been in this position right here with the guy? You're done. You're going, okay. Now we got to go to the jail. We got to do the paperwork, write the reports. You know,
Is he going to pull a Houdini here or something?
Oh.
While under the care of a flak paramedics ambulance, Hong suffered a medical emergency. Paramedic called for officer assistance to perform CPR.
Yeah.
Wow.
They save him. Oh, at least immediately.
Someone get in here and help me. What do you need? What do you need? What do you need? Jump on his
Chest protect.
All right. The CPR transferred to the hospital, critical but stable condition. He was later transferred to another facility where his condition worsened. Hong died 9 days later on March 21st. Oh, I thought he was going to break out of the gurney or something.
In a sense, he did.
And there's the screwdriver.
Okay. What am I
here's the
missing
thing.
here?
They're going to tell you what he died from.
Okay.
Basically, he had a whole bunch of drugs on him, and he had a cardiac arrest. And he was full of I think methamphetamine, whatever else it was he took. I mean, it was a little obvious the guy wasn't right in the head, right?
Yeah, cause of death, anoxic. I mean, how do you say that? Brain damage or lack of oxygen resulting from cardiac arrest. Cardiac arrest was caused by the combat effects of methamphetamine, toxicity, enlarged heart, and psychological stress from exertion and physical altercation. Okay, you guys are going to remember this. 2002-3, San Jose PD tases a fat dude, like 300-something pounds. Scott, you know the story. And they sued the department, right? Because this guy died after being tased. And early 2000s. You remember what I'm talking about?
Yeah, but it's not just that. It's a fact that you know how much he was exerting, keeping them from pulling his arms out and jumping fences and jumping on roofs, and I'm sure he wasn't doing CrossFit workouts to prepare for that. I'm sure that he wasn't training for his getaway, and he ends up dying. But they're not allowed to say excited delirium anymore, because that was one of the things. Remember, we're not allowed. They're not allowed to say that, because in that one case where the officers rat packed the guy to try to hold him down so they don't get hurt, and the guy's full of drugs and he dies, they all get sued and end up in prison. So, I mean, it's a situation that, we've all been there. I know I have many, many times. I've been in that situation.
Which case are you talking about specifically?
You know, that one.
Well, I mean that okay.
That happened during COVID.
Yeah. Okay, I have some police experts on the side that say that's not what happened, but and they testified. So all these other ones should have testified on that one. I know what you're talking about. But I had
a very similar situation, Mark, with back in the days when PCP was really prevalent, and I had so many times having to deal with people just like this in a knockdown, drag out fight. We didn't have tasers. All we had was our hands, the nightstick, and a gun. And trying to restrain somebody on PCP is
that's a tough one.
It's
I've had 2 PCP incidents that I
incredible.
remember, and they were both in San Jose. Nothing in LA when I was there. It was all in San Jose where I ran into that.
Yeah,
and it was they're pretty crazy.
Yeah,
Steve, did you used to carry the sap? Do you still carry your sap now? You still have
No,
one? Were you one of those guys who used to go, well, wow?
I donated it to the Smithsonian.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. Not anymore. Okay, yeah.
They're going to erase that part of history.
They erase that part of history. The sap. I know those. Yeah, you hear those stories.
Distraction technique.
You know what? Trump may
back
make
of the
it.
head.
Hey, Trump may bring it back. You never know. You know?
Yeah, it's true.
That's
true.
He said, but bring
If
it back.
somebody-
You know what? I'm gonna suggest it to him on
There
Truth
you go.
Social.
Put a
I'm gonna-
bug in his ear.
Dear Mr. President, bring back the sap.
And
You
the
know,
metal
and just
flashlights.
watch the. You watch. I'm going to get this started. This is going to start here in Fugitive Watch. We're going to
And
we're
metal
gonna cause-
flashlights, Mark. They need
Finally,
metal
something
flashlights.
Steve and him can agree upon. No, I don't know. You want to get Steve as a supporter? Bring back the sap. Okay, that's there you go. Oh, and you're making fun of it here. Okay, LAPD. We have another video here.
Enforcement detail officers were conducting patrol near Crenshaw Boulevard, south of Hyde Park Boulevard.
Carmen
when
and I
they
were
saw a
just there
suspect
looking for a
exit
stolen car
parked Honda
3 weeks
Civic
ago.
armed with a handgun. The
What are
suspect
you
then
doing
proceeded
now, Mark?
onto the sidewalk and became
we go all
involved in
over.
a physical altercation with
I
a
used to
male
patrol
victim.
down there.
The suspect was later identified as James Tulos. As officers stopped and exited their police vehicle to intervene, Tulos discharged a round from his handgun, resulting in an officer-involved shooting. A portion of this incident was captured on security.
All right, let's go. You might see Carmen and I drive by right here in a second.
That would be that would be funny.
See a Tesla go by. This is all
This is the,
this is 77th. Yeah, this is deep in the heart here.
Look at the litter there. Gee, my goodness. The odds are 1,000,000 to 1 if these officers on viewed this.
Oh, look at her key in the car.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, she's keying the car.
Yeah.
Oh, man. What's that all about? Why are they?
Look at that.
Woo! He pulled it out. Look at him.
Oh,
they both pulled their guns out.
Oh,
Oh,
so
he's
they
picking up
were-
his gun. He's going for the guy's gun.
They were fighting each other, but then they decided to fight the police, huh?
Oh, so that car got all shot up too. I'm pointing to the TV.
You see all the-
I'm
yeah,
pointing
you
to my
see
TV
the
monitor. So the car got shot up in the.
A portion of this incident was
The
also
witness-
captured
Wow,
on
this is gonna-
the
this is
responding
gonna get you
officer's
banned from
body-worn
YouTube.
video. Body-worn video cameras are used
The
by
witness
most
was
officers.
up in the victim car.
Yeah, you're gonna. Yeah, say goodbye to your YouTube rating, guys.
It's all right. YouTube don't like us anyway.
Now, again, what are the odds that LAPD rolls up on this, huh?
Yeah, I'm good, dude. Hey, you got him right there?
So that one guy drove off in the car.
Yeah. It's 1,000,000 to 1.
Look at him. He just.
So,
bam! Look at that. That's a good shoot right there. Wow.
I don't understand what was the disturbance over the car where the girl was keying the car and the
Yeah, they
guys
were
were
obvi-
sitting in the.
They were obviously arguing.
The
They
drug
did-
deal went bad, right?
They didn't say, and the
Yeah.
press release does not elaborate.
Assuming
on
it was drugs. Look at you.
Oh, well, it could have been prostitution.
Maybe it was over like
Or-
a dog. Maybe it was over an argument over dog sitting or something.
Well, yeah, it could have been.
Politics,
Politics, yeah. One guy's a Trump supporter, the other guy's a Harris supporter.
Hey, stay right there. Hey, guys, take it off.
He's gone.
Hey, don't reach for it. Hey, put it out. I got him. Put that out. I got him. Man, leave him alone. Don't.
32. What is the description of the suspect vehicle?
Black Honda.
Suspect 2 is a black Honda Civic. Let me get you on the top side. This is a high five. The suspect is out. No black, white shirt. Let me get RA rolling.
Tulos was struck by gunfire and fell to the ground. The officers immediately requested the help of additional units and a rescue ambulance.
So what's the this is the initial call?
Shots fired. Officer needs help. Hyde Park and Crenshaw.
There was no call. They on-viewed it.
They on-viewed it. You're right.
Incident.
Ready? Let's move.
So what are they doing here? They're coordinating their efforts to move in. They're talking to one another.
Dude, who has gloves?
I want to give him first aid.
So what we saw there, we saw about 6 or 7 officers. They waited because you got that crowd too. You got to worry about, correct, Steve?
Yes,
Scott, you got to worry about that crowd.
It's a very chaotic situation. You got to stay.
They may try to. Yeah, they
Thank
might
you,
try
Kelly.
to.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Go ahead. You got to. They did the two. There wasn't just the 2 officers moving in. It was about 5 or 6 because I'd be worried about that crowd, right?
Oh yeah. Every time, because you don't know his relationship to that crowd, and you don't know his buddies can be there, family, who knows?
You don't know who's friend or foe there.
Right. So do we know the outcome of this as far as good shoot, I guess? It looked good to me. Anybody know any other details?
He's deceased, and so they do the typical, this is going to be investigated by the district attorney's office, internal affairs, the shooting commission, and et cetera, et cetera.
Right. And they have to have that process, right? Because we know things need to be double checked. But that's the great thing about the body cameras and the video. You got the video from the building on the outside, and then you have the body cameras from different perspectives there that kind of show the same thing. Shows the guy pulling a gun on the officers.
Exactly.
And from both angles. So very cool.
Well, I think the officers did an outstanding job, and they didn't. The smart thing too, that car took off. Live the
Frank, I think they're arguing about a dog or a poodle.
Maybe they didn't want to recognize National Dog.
You guys assume it was a drug deal gone bad.
Politics.
Yeah. Like
that's
I said,
what it was.
One's a Trump supporter, one's a Harris supporter, and they're still arguing over it.
Yeah. I'm sure that I doubt that.
And we don't mean to make light of the sanctity of human life. It's sad that somebody had to die there.
Yeah, no, that's pretty cool. I'm telling you right now, that's going to get you banned off YouTube. You may want to edit that part out.
Okay.
Anyway, all right.
I just said
they didn't show. Did the other guy, the one that tried to pick up the gun, did he? What was that all about? What happened with him?
The press release did not elaborate on that.
Did he run off with the gun?
No. They recovered the gun. You could see them. You could see them picking the gun.
Okay, you ready for some politics? Here we go. Triple murder, freed from prison. Okay, let's just watch.
The Trump administration has kidnapped artists and musicians and soccer players and hairdressers and on. And they have told us they were terrorists, the worst of the worst, violent menaces. And then what they did was they traded them for an actual convicted triple murderer. And now he's freed from prison. And according to the New York Times reporting, walking free in the United States. Last week, they announced a prisoner swap, a deal to bring 10 Americans home from Venezuela. In return, El Salvador, the third country these people have been sent to for no reason, then repatriated more than 200 Venezuelan immigrants that ICE had dumped in CICA, in many cases on the thinnest of evidence and pretenses. And you might think, as I first did when I saw the news, well, I'm glad those Americans are home. I'm certainly glad the Venezuelans are out of CCOT, except that maybe some of the Americans had a reason to be in jail in the first place. And one of them is a convicted killer. Dahoud Hanid Ortiz was born in Venezuela. He served in Iraq and holds U.S. citizenship, NBC News reports. And according to reporting by the Spanish-language newspaper El País and court records reviewed by the New York Times, back in Madrid, Spain in 2016, Hanid Ortiz went to confront a lawyer who he suspected was having an affair with his wife. Now, the lawyer wasn't there. Instead, police say, Hanid Ortiz slit the throat of a woman who worked in the office. He then murdered another lawyer who tried to defend herself against him with a crowbar. He then used the crowbar to bludgeon a man who had come to the office seeking immigration help for his wife. He then set the office on fire. He fled to his native Venezuela. Spain, understandably, demanded his extradition to stand trial, but Venezuela wouldn't extradite him. Instead, what they did is they tried and convicted him for the murders in their own courts. And last Friday, 1 year into a 30-year sentence for a triple homicide, Hanid Ortiz was on a flight back to the United States, not to be extradited to Spain or jailed for his brutal crimes, but to be greeted by a State Department official and welcomed back onto the American streets.
So, Steve, what's the latest on this?
Well, apparently, the last I found
he's a supervisor on ICE.
In the media is that they lost track of him in Florida. That was the last place he was seen.
So no warrants. So no warrants, though. Nothing from Spain or anything like that. Or...
I'm sure Spain has an Interpol warrant for him. I don't know for sure, but I'm sure Spain would like to have him back.
So we can confirm that warrant. We can put him on Fugitive Watch.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Hey, Tony Scott, did you see Tony's messages there? He says he's trying to.
I just did
now
it.
you're direct. You're on the direct link there, Tony. You're good.
I just did it.
All right. So Scott, you guys can chat all night long. So what we're talking about is make sure you follow our Fugitive Watch page on Instagram. Scott puts a lot of cool stuff up there. Okay, one more story here. One more to go. Huh?
I do too. I put stuff on Instagram.
Oh, you do? I thought you were banned from Instagram.
That's why he has to put stuff on our Instagram.
Okay. All right.
His personal page was banned.
There we go. All right. We got one more story to go. Let's see what's happening here. We're going to Bounty Hunters face off. Bounty Hunters face charges after kidnapping the wrong woman. These are bounty hunters.
No, man.
Oh, okay. Let's see.
Wrong man.
Let's see what this wrong guy. All right. Let's see.
Thought was a capital murder suspect.
Well, it turns out he wasn't. Fox 4's David Centenary live tonight spoke with a man who was pulled from his family's garage and then thrown in a U-Haul. David.
Yeah, the bounty hunters thought they had their murder suspect here in Richardson, but it turns out they had the wrong guy. The real suspect is believed to be 7,000 miles away.
They said, "What's your name?" I said, "Hussein Al-Sadi."
Who is Hussein Al-Sadi, a 22-year-old aspiring barber whose family immigrated to the United States from Iraq in 2012? A more pressing question, who is he not? Well, he's not 23-year-old Hussein Al-Sadi, who federal investigators say is on the run in Iraq after cutting his ankle monitor while out on bond for capital murder by terroristic threat in Dallas.
Did you know this person at all?
No, I never met him in my life.
Never even heard of him?
Never.
Still, 3 bounty hunters now face felony charges, including kidnapping, for wrongfully apprehending Al-Sadi, thinking he was the murder suspect.
I'm a professional.
Alan Hinton, the leader of the 3 bounty hunters. We'll get back to him momentarily.
They just assumed it was me, but obviously they had the wrong guy.
Al-Sadi was cutting a client's hair inside his family's garage in Richardson on June 1st. That's when a U-Haul van drove up. 3 black males jumped out with guns and took Al-Sadi, according to an arrest warrant affidavit.
They threw 2 stun grenades and they just started aiming AR-15s on my head and to my brother's head.
Home surveillance video motioning on only as the U-Haul drives away with Al-Sadi inside.
They said you're wanted for capital murder by terrorism. I actually started laughing because I was like, oh my God, yeah, I have the wrong person.
An arrest warrant says 3 bounty hunters working for the security firm, the clandestine group, were contracting for Brigham Home bail bonds to serve a warrant to Hussein Al-Sadi. Al-Sadi had posted a $500,000 bond through Brigham Home after being charged in a capital murder at a suspected drug operation in Northwest Dallas in February 2024.
We refer to ourselves as fugitive recovery agents.
Alan Hinton and his team told Richardson police through months of intel and confidential informants, he and the Brigham Home bail bonds company thought Hussein Al-Sadi was their target. They had a 79% facial recognition match using an AI tool, according to an arrest affidavit. When Al-Sadi maintained his innocence, the bounty hunters contacted local police.
We instantly made those calls to Richardson PD.
So when did they ultimately realize that they had the wrong person?
After the fingerprint.
Richardson police detained Al-Sadi until a detective on the FBI's task force arrived with a mobile fingerprinting device. The results showed Hussein Al-Sadi was who he said he was and was not the subject of the warrant.
Everybody's surrounded me in a circle, just waiting for the results.
Yeah.
And obviously after the results, the officer told them, yeah, this is not him. And that's when you just see them get back in the U-Haul truck and then just drive off.
A Richardson police detective spoke with the Dallas County District Attorney's Office and U.S. Marshals, both advising the detective that the capital murder suspect fled to Iraq after breaking an ankle monitor in August 2024. The U.S. Marshals say no one from Brigham Home bail bonds reached out regarding the case, and if they had, Marshals would have said this Al-Sadi was the wrong guy.
I would just hope they actually check their information before they go do that and traumatize a family.
Hinton says Brigham Home bail bonds provided background information on the suspect, and with that information and additional research, his team identified this Al-Sadi. Hinton says he's not a criminal.
It's just not who I am.
Just someone trying to make a living while doing a community service.
And I do believe right now law enforcement is overworked, and I do believe in having positive interactions with law enforcement and being able to assist them. You know, I do a hard job, and without qualified immunity, it makes things a lot harder for us.
Hinton's attorney says his client was just doing his job.
My client has no criminal history at all. He was executing this warrant based on the law that's out there.
Al-Sadi's attorney says that job comes with heavy responsibility.
I heard that qualified immunity term for bail bondsman, and I'm sorry, I know a lot of these guys, but I question it. I know some officers that probably shouldn't have that. I know that's not going to be.
Well,
that's
first,
not going to be
first
popular,
of all,
but,
first of all, what they, I'm not anti-bail at all. Don't
Sure.
get me wrong. I
no.
believe in the bail. I think the bail system's a good idea. I think it, when it's utilized properly, it's a good idea. But I also know that Steve and I have worked with these bail bond recovery agencies, and they work close. They have worked closely with us, and they work closely with the police. And when you got a guy that's that badass, if he was really that guy they were looking for, then that's a call where you call the local police department. You let them put it together, and
or at least
you don't,
at least confirm your information, because it sounds to me like they ran them through a database and they found someone with the same name at that address and maybe sort of looks like them, and they just went with it. That's what it sounds like to me.
And there's where AI failed them.
Right.
I know
and you imagine having qualified immunity and you do that mistake there, and then let's say the guy got shot or hurt or tased or whatever, and but we get qualified immunity. I mean, qualified immunity is a touchy subject. I get it. I understand why police officers need it, but we all know that we're not 100% angels. You know.
Yeah,
so,
for all the slamming that the Texans do on California, I have seen so many cases of people charged with murder being released on no bail or very low bail in Texas with ankle monitors all the time. And I have a problem with that, you know.
How did this guy get to Iraq?
Yeah, that's a
how was he not on the no-fly list?
Yeah, exactly.
How was he? I mean, he didn't walk to Iraq.
Well, you
And
could
the
go
bail
you could get into Mexico and then get over to a country. You could fly to Iraq that doesn't honor the list, right? So
Yeah.
from Mexico, you can go to Cuba. You can go to other places, and you can get out of the country.
Yeah, and I had
there
a
you go. Now
I
you
had a
answered my
PI
question.
license before, Mark, and in this in a situation like this, I would have just eyeballed the guy cutting somebody's hair in the garage, call 911 and say, hey, look, I got eyeballs on a guy who I believe is a fugitive wanted for murder out of Dallas, and I'll keep an eye on him while you send the units out. I'll meet him around the corner and point them out to you guys and let them do it.
No,
I don't know much about this qualified immunity issue when it comes to bail agents, and I know bail agents. Really, is that a thing? They want that? They want qualified immunity? That's
news
so
to me.
touchy already.
I did not know they were pushing for that.
I was like, wow, what, dude? I mean, I
See,
don't
the
even know
thing
half
is-
these guys that ICE is contracting out with should have qualified immunity, right?
Oh,
'Cause
hell
it's-
no,
I
they
mean,
should. Yeah,
right?
I mean,
So I'm
well,
like, I mean, I've met people. I met some. Like I said, I know some really. We were at a party for one of our friends' kids graduated. He's a bail guy, and he knows what he's doing. And Steve, you and I were there. But we also know this industry has people living on the edge, just like some cops shouldn't probably be cops. Some sheriffs shouldn't be sheriffs. There are some guys walking around with fugitive badges that are, doing some funky stuff.
Yeah. Well, like I
and,
said, when I worked, I remember getting the calls. We had some pretty good fugitive recovery agencies that would call up and say, "Hey, look, this is the guy."
you didn't
we're
drive to
looking for."
Iraq, Tony.
Yeah.
Keep going.
But they would call up and tell us, "Look, this is a guy. This is who we're looking for. We've been sitting on this house for a week, and they've called and said, "Hey, we're going to be watching this house," and they would call and ask for our help. And it's like I'd show up, and I go, "Okay, this guy, he's got a valid warrant. Let's see what you got." And they show us pictures they took, and they'd say, and it's like, okay, we're good to go. This is a fugitive. We can go after him. But these guys that just show up throwing flashbangs and throwing a guy into a U-Haul van. I know they thought they were dealing with a pretty heavy duty guy there, and I don't know, maybe they're going to try to sue the AI, but qualified immunity. I mean, that'd be like
I was
giving
blown away by
pardon to January 6 insurrectionists. I mean, that's there's a lot to be thought about there.
Hey, Tony. Tony said that he knows all the people on East Side there, San Jose. So call him if you want to vet somebody who they are.
Oh yeah, Tony says he knows more than the police, so we call him.
Yeah.
Police officers are lucky they still have it right now.
So, guys, Tony was talking about this issue. Have you heard about this? San Jose PD suing homeowner for renting a person that had a criminal record. I found the story here. I don't know if there's a video story of it, but I found this on San Jose Spotlight. San Jose police officer sues property owner over injuries. Is this the same one, Tony? Is this one we're talking about? New lawsuit battle between landlords and police. San Jose officer blames the property owner for injuries she sustained during a critical incident at the site. Her lawyer says more lawsuits coming. Officer Aaron Allen, life-threatening injuries and career-ending injuries after being ambushed and shot while responding to a domestic violence call in 2023. Spinal injuries, basically, suing the property owner for the apartment for renting to a gunman previously convicted of assault with a firearm and attacking police officer. The San Jose Police Department declined to comment. Allen's okay, so they're actually suing. She is suing. She's suing or the department's suing? I think she's suing.
She's suing probably their homeowners. I'm going to tell you. So long time ago, I was doing a search warrant. I hit a house. We looked through the window. We saw these guys were they had all kinds of they were making fake checks and credit cards and they had drugs. And I ended up chasing the guy through the house. I knocked my kneecap off while I was kicking a door in, chased the guy down the street. And I said, why can't I sue the homeowner? And basically I said, cause I mean that I ended up having to have surgery and everything on my knee. It sucked. And I still have issues from it. And They told me there was a thing called the fireman rule. I don't know what the heck that is. They said that I could not sue. I couldn't sue the homeowner, that I couldn't sue them. Just like we had qualified immunity. I go, I can't sue them. It was their fault that it happened. I chased them through their house. They ran from me. And later I was told that I got bad legal advice, that I probably could have sued them. And I didn't.
Well, it'd be interesting to see where this goes, because, there was a push as far as, maybe not asking about felony records and job employment issues and stuff like that, so some of these ex-cons or people with felonies can get jobs. And, look, if you haven't done anything, and I interview people all the time for insurance stuff, one of the questions is, have you been arrested, or what's going on the last 10 years? And I talk to people all the time. They've been arrested 20, 30 years ago, a lot of drug stuff, even some violent stuff. But I've talked to them, and this is 15, 20 years later, they haven't done anything. They were young, dumb, whatever. So I think everything has to be taken into account, how you're living your life in the last so many years. But yeah, that'd be interesting if she was able to go after the property owner, because if the property's worth $1 million, the lawyers are going to end up with a third of that, and maybe this officer will end up with half of that house or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, Mark, I don't know if you remember. I don't know if they told you the story about how burglars and people that have broken into people's houses have fallen. Remember that, Steve?
Yeah, I remember those stories.
They could sue the homeowner, and you're like, how? So the
guy falls through the roof and he injures himself.
Yeah, and they go after the guy's homeowner's insurance, and I'm like, wow, okay. And that's why that's why I went to a lawyer when that happened to me. And you know which lawyer I went to, right, Steve? Yeah. And I think he told me, oh no, there's the fireman rule. He gave me bad advice, because I talked to somebody later that go, you totally could have.
Yeah, generally speaking, the fireman's rule is that police and firefighters assume certain responsibilities. It's the hazards of the job, and you cannot sue the property owner for injuries that you suffered as a result.
You're right.
Of the job, except for willful.
That's what I said later when I talked. I talked to another lawyer later, they go, that guy gave you really bad advice. He goes, that does not fall under the fireman. He goes, that was extenuating. That guy ran from you, slammed a door. You kick a door open. He jumped out a window. You had to jump out a window to chase him down the street. He goes, no. He goes, that doesn't fall under that does not fall under the fireman rule.
Yeah, I talked to an attorney about suing somebody in one of my shootings, and the attorney, he said the guy didn't have any money.
I want to talk about something real quick here before we go. Are you guys familiar with my post? Or you guys know the background between my post? The other day I made this little AI character.
I saw it, but I wasn't really sure.
Okay. I'm not going to show the video right now. I'll do something. It's been all over the internet. This guy, this is the AI rendering I made. This guy here was in a high-speed pursuit with an Infinity, the real powerful one. And he was being pursued. I think Bell PD was involved, LAPD. And, they backed off. They backed off of the pursuit because this guy was driving crazy. He was all over the freeway. It wasn't even a police helicopter following him. It was, I think, a Channel 7 news helicopter following him down in LA. And they're following him. And at one point, he rolls into a Shell station and he puts gas in the car while he's being filmed. That's what I
heard about.
Yeah. And he covers his face up and he gets gas and he throws the pump down and he drives off again. This new technique now that the crooks are using, because my Twitter account, X account, goes off every time there's a pursuit. I see it, and you can go watch it live or whatever. But they broadcast these pursuits. And I like that. I actually think they should. Okay. And that's fine. But here's what's going on. And we're seeing this trend over and over again. Hey, Scott, I'm riding hot in a car. I'm being chased by the police. Scott's all, yeah, Mark, it's on the news. I'm watching the news. Okay, listen, meet me over at the Capitol Expressway overpass. I'm going to pull underneath there. Meet me there, and I'm going to jump out of the car and jump in your car. Okay, great. Because the news is giving them a play-by-play on where he's going. So all you have to do, Scott, is to log into the news and watch me driving the stolen car, and then you and I coordinate, and you come and rescue me. And by the time the cops get there, the news helicopter sees the car going underneath the overpass, and then they lose sight of it. And then a few cars drive out because cars are going by. Well, one of them's your car now with me in it. And then the cops show up to the stolen car and it's empty. And this has happened like 3 times in the last 2 weeks.
Wow.
And so what do? Do you stop broadcasting pursuits? Pursuits are
Maybe
big news. You know,
maybe they need to put them in delay.
You know, you're not gonna stop broadcasting pursuits because it's a First Amendment thing. It's like, you know, it's like, remember when cops were whining, and I'm sorry, I have friends that were whining about this when Waze came out. Waze was plotting where the police officers were on the freeway and the speed stops. I had police officer friends of mine from the Highway Patrol like, oh, it's an officer safety issue. They shouldn't be allowed to do that. It's like, bro, you're on a public street in uniform.
Driving a government-issued car.
Driving a government-issued car. If people want to tell you the location, there is now maybe the new government that's coming into play may put some restrictions on that, but we could talk about the First Amendment rights about that. And I think that applies here with the pursuits. It sucks. I think it shows a conspiracy instead of now just the one guy driving the stolen car. Now you got his friend coming to rescue him. So there's another felony there. If they can start figuring out who's doing what, you're going to have a conspiracy there. And that's a much bigger level felony.
Maybe you call the DoorDash guy and tell him, or the Uber guy and call Uber and have the Uber guy. He doesn't even know.
But if you're trying to rescue me, Scott, all you got to do is watch the news and they'll show you where I'm driving right now.
Yeah.
Look at that fool. That fool knows how to drive. Well, he was in the Highway Patrol. So, but yeah, so I made that little joke because this guy's having his little moment of fame. I put on there that his baby mama is going to be the person that's going to dime him out because, you know, they get so upset and they're the first ones to call. Listen, and maybe Tony, you might know some guys in San Jose that have gone through this. Scott and Steve will tell you, if you're looking for somebody, his baby mama will dime him out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because he hasn't paid her. He has not paid her. He has not paid child support in months, if not years.
Yeah. When I was at the sheriff's department,
she's done with it.
They used to, instead of pulling under an underpass because we didn't have helicopters, but they would go for the nearest shopping mall and run into the mall and forget it. You're never going to find him in the mall.
Yeah. It's just so that's a new thing going on. So yeah, that's a good one. And then what else is happening here? Okay, listen, you can find Scott and Steve at fugitive.com. And Tony, you're a little late to the game tonight. I'm assuming you're working. We'll wait for him to type. Don't call your baby mama. All right, I got some stolen car cases coming up. I got some ones related to San Jose too, but we'll talk about those at a later time.
Okay.
All right, guys. Thanks a lot, Frank.
Yeah.
Kelly,
let's
Tony.
remind all our viewers, Mark, that any of the cases, any of the fugitives, the people you see on any of our platforms, including this podcast, our website, our Instagram, are to be considered innocent,
guilty,
proven guilty
in
a court of law.
They are guilty.
And do not make any attempt to arrest, apprehend, or detain them. Law enforcement may consider them extremely dangerous.
Tony says guilty, Steve.
If you know where any of these fugitives are or any of these unknown suspects, who they are, send us a tip via email at tips@fugitive.com.
I'm going to get AI to do that next. All right. Scott, see you later. Scott, so
I'm your AI.
You are my AI. You're my chat GBT.
I'm your artificial intelligence.
You're chat OG. Steve D's new app. Log into Steve D's new app, Chat OG.
And it's National Dog Day, right? And I don't have my dogs are right on the other side of that door, scratching.
Poor babies.
Hey, Frank, if you're still listening, Frank, we even before you logged in, we didn't talk any shit about you. All right, so just so you know.
Well, now we're gonna get banned. You use the S word.
Oh, believe me, that video of that guy getting shot, that will get you banned way quicker than me using the S word. So I'll talk to you guys about it.
I'll just cut that out.
Just cut it out, yeah. Okay, I'll talk to you guys later. Tony, thanks a lot. Frank, Kelly, and Scott will have a safe trip.
Okay.
All names, photographs, and persons depicted on Fugitive Watch are presumed to be innocent unless proven guilty in a court of law.